on Monday. We do the video on Tuesday, and then you can get the audio hopefully by Wednesday. So enjoy, and here we go. All right, first story we got is how to reach more local customers with Facebook. This is on Social Media Examiner. It's published by Miss Anna Gotter. This is actually a pretty cool thing. One of the options that she presents is called dark posts. Now, if you may know these from doing Facebook ads, you run a page, you do a dark post, you run an ad to that dark post, and it's not on your page, and you're good to go. What I did know is you didn't actually have to run an ad. You can go through the Power Editor and then navigate to the post and create the dark post and set up the targeting, essentially, of who you want in your friends to see it. It's actually interesting, something to look at. You can run ads for audiences too, so just check it out. I haven't tried it yet, and it's pretty interesting to do, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Next is Search Engine Land, and this is from Andrew Shotlin. He's writing about HTTPS, and not to forget about local citations. Actually, that says don't forget about local citations, and it kind of just glimpses over it and goes over some of the things that you need to look at inside your installations when you're switching from regular HTTP to HTTPS. One of the cool things about WordPress is it almost handles a lot of it all by yourself. I can get I get my host to install the certificate, switch it over to HTTPS in WordPress, and then add real simple SSL, and boom, I'm good to go, and testing fine in all the plugins, and testing fine in my theme, and the browsers are seeing the entire site as secure. So just an option to check out. Read the article, and kind of some things to consider if you're not using WordPress, because it's not as easy as it always is made out to be everywhere. So again, good read here. Next we go to MarketingProfs. I think it's professors, honestly. That's what MarketingProfs stands for. But we're going to talk, it's about the top 20 content marketing influencers of 2016. Couple things to note: when you get to this site, you're going to get this really annoying pop-in that blocks you from seeing the content. I hate it. It's so that you can become a member and read some of their premium stuff, and then they can email you constantly about their professional level. Anyway, if you get through this thing, there's a little mini infographic with a list of content marketers. Actually a pretty good list. Jess Bullis is on there, Neil Patel, who else do I know, Anna Hardley's there, and Neil Schaefer's there. So pretty good list. Might be some people you don't know. It does get lost in all the ads on this site, however, so I find it ironic that a site talking about content marketing puts ads right in between their infographics, so you can't tell the difference. It makes it very hard to read, but there are some cool hashtags available here. If you do a lot of Twitter stuff, you can throw these hashtags in your Twitter, Instagram, sometimes Facebook too, and leverage those. So here's a good set if you're into the marketing niches. Next, you go to small business trends. This is cool. I use QuickBooks. Just started it, just adopted it. I was kind of managing it myself and some other software, Excel for one. And I use PayPal, but they weren't together. Like, I can see my PayPal account in my QuickBooks management, but I couldn't do invoices, etc. So I was doing all my invoices directly in PayPal. This is awesome because now QuickBooks is going to be integrated with PayPal, so you do all your invoices and everything inside of QuickBooks. It syncs with PayPal, sends everything out where it has to go, and you are all set. So it makes this a lot easier if you're looking for a better solution for your merchant account. $58 a month just to have the stupid thing, whether I used it or not. Then the charges on top of that. PayPal's like 2.9%. So, which is 2.9, 2.8, which is very comparable to what's the other one, a Swipe or something to that effect. So I like it. So I use it, and now I'm glad there's going to be some integration. Something you check out if you're using QuickBooks or PayPal or both and didn't know that you can connect them now or in the future. Next, we go to why you should immediately maximize your local SEO. This is published by Brian Hughes on entrepreneur.com. Actually, a pretty good article if you're new. If you're old or been involved in SEO for probably more than 6 months, I think you can figure this stuff out by now, or at least you should have. That there is a local search versus a national level search. Google My Business and how you can maximize that. Local rankings, personalized search, local search engines. Some people use them. Yelp in particular. Bing maybe. Bing Places. I can't even remember the last time I've been there other than to check on client stuff. So, and then some social media and how that applies to your local SEO. Again, not something that if you're experienced SEO, been doing it for more than 6 months, probably skip this one. You're just kind of go duh. But if you're brand new, this is a good one for you, just to check out, to get the highlights and get your mind charged thinking in the right ways when you're doing the rest of your research. Now we go back to MarketingProfs. And this one's 10 ways to make your Facebook event more powerful. Now this has a capture down on the bottom. You have to be a member, so just sign in. The thing is free. You'll get an email or so a day. It's no big deal, I guess. You can always just make it go to your spam box if you just want to read their content and not their emails. But this one is actually pretty good, and it goes into how to leverage Facebook events, how to properly set them up, what they should look like, etc. And then it gives you some ideas on how to use them, i.e., what to promote. And specifically, this B2B tactics was good for us. Our webcasts, videos. I don't know about videos, blogs, infographics. Those aren't really an event. I would do in-person events and webinars and kind of leave the rest to your pages, but that's just me. One thing I noticed they didn't cover was how to actually drive traffic, get people to these. You're not going to send them to your Facebook quote unquote friends if they're actually your friends, but how do you do you drive ads to these? Do you share them on your pages and just hope for luck? That stuff wasn't covered. So I would probably create these and drive ads to them, especially if I'm doing a live event or a webinar where I can turn that into a profit stream, either at the time or down the road. So, but again, this is interesting to look at. Facebook events aren't hard. They're not complicated by any means, but it's a good thing to check out. Small business trends back here, and we're going to look at a guide to local content marketing for small business. Amy Marsh is the author, and this is just some ideas to kind of get the creative juices flowing. Even I get writer's block sometimes. That's why I started doing SEO this week, just so that I didn't have to focus on creating my own unique voice content. So but here's some things you can do. Identify the local audience, examine the competition, see what they're doing, make your stuff a little bit broader, I guess, if you want to. The best part here is, again, it's just some ideas to do some research and stuff, but I really like to identify the local audience, especially if you're targeting a local area, and what are they interested in. If you're a plumber, for example, there's only so much you can write about how to put plumber's tape on your pipes or whatever. So throw in some news, what's going on in the area, some local events going on, that kind of stuff that just build the relevancy of your site as being in that local area, and that'll ultimately help your rankings too. So this is, again, something to just check out, some good information, get the creative juices flowing. And finally, I want to end with 10 free and overlooked tools for Google SEO, or Google tools for SEO professionals. This is a Neil Patel post. If you guys know him, he produces some pretty good stuff. So I'm gonna go over these. Is Google Mobile Friendly Test is actually pretty good. There's a new test tool out. I'll find the link for you guys if you want it. Just put it in the comments that you want to know where the new test tool is if you can't find it yourself, and I'll get it for you. Google My Business, obviously, everyone should know about that. PageSpeed Insights, boo! This tool is junk. This thing was part of the PageSpeed CDN program that Google tried to launch and failed miserably at. Every site we put on it actually made our site slower. And this tool will tell you that all the Google scripts that you have on your pages, i.e. Google Maps, Google Plus, Google My Business widgets, all that will bring your ranking down, because Google wants to tell you that your sites need to be faster, but they don't want to do anything on their own to make their stuff faster. So go figure. So if I had to disagree with anything on this page, it's Google PageSpeed Insights. Skip number 3. That tool is garbage. Don't use it. Google Correlate, pretty awesome tool. I like using that thing for keyword research. Google Trends, same thing, keyword research. Google Chrome, duh. You can add all kinds of cool stuff to Google Chrome. And Google Alerts for keyword research and content stuff to see what's going on in your market, and all that stuff's pointed to you. Google Voice, interesting. I haven't leveraged this a lot. I know a lot of people do it, so I would take a look at that and see if it's for you. And then Google Sheets we use, and YouTube obviously we use too. Google Sheets, we can actually track what we're doing, where we are in a project, with links we've built for our clients. Our audits are put on Google Sheets, so this is I'd use Google Sheets too. I recommend you taking a look at that. So alright, so that was SEO This Week, episode 9. Again, folks, if you guys know websites that we're not covering, we're not looking at, maybe, I don't know, you write some content you think deserves to be highlighted in SEO This Week, don't hesitate to leave a link in the comments on the page, or in the video, or on the audio site that you're listening to the podcast. And this is Clint Butler for Olympia SEO, signing off.